So now we've reviewed at length the four principles for sustained transformation. We've given a case example of them using a community health center in the Pacific Northwest. And now let's talk about how these principles relate to your specific DNP project and the assignments for this week. So we're using this model of sustained transformation as a roadmap to help design the DNP project robustly, rigorously, using the best evidence so that the impact and the transformation that you achieve in your project can continue on, can be shared with other contexts, or could live within the context where you work even after your departure. So in order to achieve that transformation, we need the energy, the investment, the buy-in, the creativity, the thought work of those who are involved. So we talked about how the four principles help us to ignite that human energy. And we talked also about how for any issue, there are three types of partners to think about: the bottom up, the implementing partner, the top down partner who has decision-making power and authority, and the outside in partner who might be a neutral third party to the issue or context but has technical expertise that comes to bear on that issue. And collectively they work together to obtain a forward momentum toward transformation. So that's the model that you're going to be using, applying it to your context. We've said that in the course you're going to be reading a lot and having a lot of exposure to models at the outset. Here we are on week 3, and so you're reading a lot about models, just like we expected you would. And by week 11, that reading about new models is going to end, and you'll focus exclusively on application. And we also are now applying these models to practice. In weeks 1 and 2, you had some descriptive activities from the prospectus, but here in week 3, we're really beginning to concretely take the abstract idea from the model for sustained transformation and make it real and practical in your context. So what does that look like for the deliverables you'll turn in this week? So first, you're going to focus on your partnership. You're going to describe their successes and strengths, and you're going to talk about how to build a three-way partnership specifically for your DNP project. So let's look at those two things as they're described on the website. So go ahead and open the Blackboard website and let's look together. So here we are together on Blackboard. We've gone to the weekly assignments, and now let's select the assignment descriptions folder and see what we have ahead. You can see here's the Dropbox. Once you've submitted the assignment, you click on the Dropbox here to submit it. It has the date and time stamp when it's due, and as always, the assignments are due Tuesday at 11:59 p.m. the week following when they were assigned. So let's open the template and see what's ahead for us. So you can see here the template opens with the rationale. Why are we bothering to do this assignment? The faculty hope that no assignment you're doing in your DNP project or in your DNP program is without purpose. We're all designing assignments to increase your skill to design health transformation. So this assignment particularly is designed to bolster your understanding of the three-way partnerships and help us to figure out how to build on the strengths of our existing organization. So you can see there's a little bit here about the background on the Dreyfus grading scale, which we'll see in a moment. But the one thing to focus on here is that your specific assignment is based on the degree to which your clinical partnership is established. So we're all coming in at different places in that process. Some may have that clinical partner clearly identified and committed, and you have a sense of what your project will be already. So others are also looking at trying to decide among potential partners. So I'm here to help you in that process. We can certainly do office hours by phone or in person or Skype and talk that through as it's helpful to you. But as you do this assignment, what you're going to be doing, if you're exploring potential partners, you're going to define 2 to 3 key successes or strengths of that partner. And if you don't know for sure who that partner is, but you sort of have a choice among 3, pick your top choice. If you have no idea of which partner you're going to work with, go ahead and plan to call me this week so we can talk that through. But I think all of us have some sense of some potential partnerships that we could build on, begin to identify their strengths. Then you're going to pick 1 to 2 key people or groups at each level, a layer of partnership. So you need to talk a little bit about who some potential bottom-up partners are for the DNP project you're thinking about doing. Who are some outside-in technical experts who could help you in designing and implementing that well, and who are top-down power brokers and decision makers as it bears on your DNP project. So you'll need to talk about those and then propose one concrete strategy for getting buy-in and partnership around your DNP project. So that's not necessarily giving the right sales pitch to the right stakeholder. It could also be about designing your DNP project to fit the needs of bottom-up partners, to fit the needs of top-down partners. It doesn't have to be marketing, it doesn't have to be a partnership strategy necessarily, but it needs to be concrete and specific about how you're going to build alliance between yourself and one of those partners. Now, for number 3, you're going to be writing a letter to request this clinical partnership. So again, this is part, if you're exploring the partnership, you need to include these elements: how you learn to the organization, your skills, how your skills align with the organization or mentor, and what a DNP project is, what it's designed to do, and how that can be used to align with the partner's needs. When you wrap up, you want to be sure to give a specific and concrete request for follow-up. So this letter needs to be no more than 1.5 pages written in standard block format, and there are resources included in the rubric for doing that. This is a way to get you thinking about how to frame your skills and your ideas in terms that make sense to a potential partner. It's a way to market yourself and get yourself in the door with a potential mentor or partner. That's if you're working to solidify the partnership. Here on the next page, if you have a confirmed partner, you're still doing the partner successes and strengths and the 3-way partnerships, and you're being as concrete and specific to that partner as possible. As much knowledge as you have of that partner, going to write with that degree of specificity. And then your letter, instead of being a way to summarize who you are and how you learn to the partner and the potential benefit of your project, if you have the partner confirmed, you're wanting to use this letter as a follow-up. So you're going to be talking about the general topic area for your DNP project, any specific issues that you're planning to address in their clinical practice, and excuse me, what you're thinking about to address that situation, any Emory faculty that might be collaborating, and then your proposed next steps to make the project move forward. So this is going to be building on whatever conversations you've already had with the partner and helping to give them specific concrete roadmap of where things could move from here. And I would suggest that you also request a specific meeting, whether that's in face, telephone, in person, remotely, to discuss the project's conception of and design. Because again, one of your key principles is it's partner-based and strengths-based. So we need to make sure that our DNP projects are customized to the very concrete, tangible needs of our partner. So request that specific follow-up so you can move your project forward. And then your work is evaluated. You'll have qualitative feedback in comments on the Word document if you submit it in that style, or perhaps as an addendum if it's submitted in another format. And then you'll get evaluation based on your partnership, looking at their strengths, the successes that you've identified, the link between your project and them, how you're going to envision your three-way partnership, what's a strategy to engage your partnership, and then your scholarship, that you're limiting this total section to no more than 8 paragraphs in standard written English, APA format. And then that's evaluated on Dreyfus's 1 to 5 novice to expert scale that was popularized in nursing by Patricia Benner. There's a link up top to tell you more about that scale. And you can look on Blackboard to see how this 1 to 5 scale is then linked to an Emory letter grade. But the detailed 1/10 of a point by 1/10 of a point analysis, but the quick summary is for all of your doctoral courses, you're expected to perform at a 2.7 Emory letter grade or a 3 on this Dreyfus scale to be competent. You're not expecting that we're all going to be experts, but we need to demonstrate competence overall. And finally, in the letter, you're going to receive feedback, but also then an evaluation score on content, the clarity of your message, that your tone is inviting and engaging. You've given them a specific, clear follow-up plan, and that the scholarship is robust. You've used standard written English and followed the page and paragraph limits for the activity. So that raw score, 11 items, gives you a raw score of 55. That 55 is then converted to a Dreyfus score, and that Dreyfus score is then converted to an Emory letter grade using the spreadsheet attached on Blackboard. So that's a little bit of the nuts and bolts of the assignment. Again, the main point here is to give you tools to think about who the partner is, what they're good at, so that eventually you can figure out how to build on it. Who are the three-way partners, top down, bottom up, outside in, for your DNP project so that you can design it well, and then taking all of that insight into a letter to either market yourself to this practice partner as a resource, or to follow up on earlier discussions. So those are the assignments due for week 3A. As you plan for semester Saturday, you're also going to be giving a 5-minute presentation about yourself and your practice site. So you'll be covering these items as basically to show the alignment between your skills and interests and this particular practice site and what some of their potential strengths are. So that's what you'll be presenting on. There's a rubric for persuasive presentations that's posted on Blackboard. The assignment is just for participation on the first go-round, but we're going to practice using the evaluation scale so that in semester Saturdays 2 and 3, you'll be very familiar with this feedback tool. So as you plan for week 4, you're going to be looking at your team, your transformation team for your DNP project. You're going to start to make your three-way partnerships more explicit and concrete, and talk about what team members need to be in place for your DNP project. So with that, I hope you've seen the power of using these 4 principles to guide our transformation process. And I hope you have fun doing the assignments, integrating your expertise and strategically looking ahead to be a practice transformer. Have a great week.